Hey guys, I'm Leo Mendez and today I have a new video. I got on my mesa de prueba the Elektron model samples, also the Korg NTS1 and of course the Behringer TD-3. A few days ago I received this question. It's possible to use this type of audio splitter to send MIDI signal to two different destinations? So, to answer that and celebrate that I have back my Elektron model samples, let's test it out. If you want to learn more, acompáñenme a ver el siguiente video. The Elektron model samples is an excellent machine to get you started in the world of music production. It has everything you need to be your workstation, and when I say everything, I mean that it's a very powerful group box with 6 tracks, and these 6 tracks also can send MIDI information. And it's really powerful because in our panel we have knobs per function. If we want to change the pitch, the decay, the cutoff, or the resonance, we have a knob associated with these type of functions, and this makes it an ideal machine for your live sets. When they ask me if a simple audio splitter can be used to send MIDI information to multiple destinations, the answer, in theory, is yes. But we must always test it, because not all the splitters are made in the same way. There are different qualities, sizes, and prices. So we need to test one by one to see which one works for you. Another note here is that these audio splitters are going to have signal loss, and it can result in lack of synchronization or a little noise in your MIDI signal. Of course, again, there's nothing more than to test, test, and test. This audio splitter works to send MIDI because we need to remember that the Elektron model samples is using the TRS MIDI protocol. That's tip, ring, and sleeve. And these type of TRS cables are the ones that we commonly use to send audio, for example, to the auxiliary input in our speakers. So you need to know that the MIDI protocol is only using 3 pins of the 5-pin cable, so this TRS cable works perfect. But another consideration is that the TRS MIDI protocol has 2 types, Type A and Type B. And if you want to know which type of MIDI your device uses, you should check this on your manual. But either way, the Elektron model samples is prepared for both types of MIDI, and you can change the polarity in this menu. And finally, a really important detail. Don't get confused. MIDI and sync are not the same thing. The first thing we're gonna do is connect the audio splitter to the back of the Elektron model samples. Once we have this connection, we will use one of the ports to send MIDI signals to the NTS1. Then, let's convert a 5-pin MIDI cable to a TRS type using the following adapter. And let's connect it to the Behringer TD-3. In this case, the TD-3 is on the MIDI channel number 1 and the NTS1 is on the MIDI channel number 3. And it's really important to have different MIDI channels so we can achieve independence on each of the machines. And now we're going to configure the Elektron model samples so we can send MIDI information on the right MIDI channels. First, we enter the menu and we're going to scroll to the menu number 3. We select MIDI here and we can find multiple pages. For example, Sync. In this case, we need to send the clock out over MIDI and then we have to exit the menu. Also, we must choose which MIDI channel each of our pads will work on. In this case, on my track number 5, I'm going to send MIDI information over channel number 3 to the NTS1. On my track number 6, I'm going to send MIDI information over channel 1 to my TD-3. From track number 1 to track number 4, the MIDI sent information is turned off. In the next menu, we can find the ports. And we must be sure that the output port is in MIDI format. And as a reminder, in this same menu, we can change the polarity of the MIDI TRS. Before we start listening to the machines, we must check that our tracks have the MIDI output enabled. To do this, we need to press Function and Track, and in this menu, we can enable the MIDI output. And now let's listen to the TD-3. In this same menu, we can change the keyboard range. And now let's do the same with the track number 5. And there's nothing left to do other than start programming a sequence. First, let's introduce the kick drum, 4 on the floor. Now let's bring the Behringer TD-3. Let's add soft movement with the hi-hats. And finally, we're going to introduce a melody with the NTS1. To record this, we need to increase the pattern to 32 steps. Let's create a part B, and we're going to copy this pattern and paste it on the next free pattern. Function and rec to copy the pattern, then we go to the next pattern, function and stop to paste the pattern. We also can use the parameter lockings to change the pitch of certain steps. To do so, we need to press the desired trigger and change the pitch with the orange knob. Finally, we can copy this trigger and paste it in multiple locations. So, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Yo soy Leo Méndez y nos vemos a la próxima.